How do you use the automatic buildings? First, drag and drop a template into the world. Now you can choose the width and the length of the building. You do this by changing the segment amount variables here. Now you decide how many stories that should be in the buildings. You do this by changing this variable. You can decide if you want the building to have an extension. You do this by changing the build extension variable under options. You can now change similar variables as for the normal building size and height right here. It is, however, important to remember that the extension height has to be one less than the height of the main building. You can decide if a door shall be placed by changing the place door variable under options. If you have set it to true, then you can change the side of the door by changing the side of door variable. You will also be able to change the position of the door by changing the placement of door variable. Remember that if you have set the door at the same place as an extension, or if the placement is greater than the size, then it will not appear. Next, you can decide if the building shall have windows by changing the place windows variable under options. You will have the ability to change the spacing of the windows by changing this variable. A great tip if you are unsure if you can place the door is to set the spacing of the windows to 1. Then everywhere on the ground floor of the main building that the windows is placed, then you have the ability to place the door there. You can decide if a staircase shall be built under options. You can change the position of a staircase by changing these variables. You have the ability to turn and invert the staircase under options. You can remove the floor under options if you want to place your own. If you do not want to place the ground floor manually, then you also have the options to only place the ground floor. If you want to have special meshes in the front, then enable special front under options. This is useful if you want to create a building which has special features in the front, for example an apartment building. You can remove the roof under the options if you want to place your own. You can choose between 3 types of roof: hipped, gable and flat. You can change the roof type by changing this variable under options. You can change a mesh or material up here. Just find the mesh type that you want to change and then replace the mesh or material. You have the option to change all of the meshes to your own, which can have a different size, just by changing a few parameters inside of the blueprint. The list of the sizes that you have to change are inside of the blueprint.